The warm-up matches are hotting up. Rugby World Cup 2019 is on the horizon, and Wales have lost their winning streak at the Principality Stadium, going down 17 points to 22 to Ireland. Here are 3 talking points from the match. Make sure to subscribe down below by hitting the button. We're trying to hit 300 subs before the start of the tournament, and with your help we can do it. Let's get into the video. So there's a few talking points from this match. Talking point number 1 is Wales's character, their ability to pick themselves up from difficult situations where maybe in the past they'd have given up and put the game to one side, but no, they decided to keep on fighting. And this is something that Warren Gatland, Sean Edwards and Rob Howley have all instilled in this fantastic crop of players. Yes, the performance wasn't great in some parts of the match and we dominated possession and territory, but we didn't take our chances. But at 22.3 down in the 62nd minute with Leon Brown in the sin bin, we showed character to come back in this match and have an impact on the game. It was great to see some youngsters having a go and being fearless in this match. Although we were losing by so much, and Ireland, a world-class side, we still showed plenty of character in this match. So Wales's character, and this will come really important in Japan when we face teams in the knockout rounds. I hope we will get there, of course. But when we play teams against Australia, if we concede an early try, or against Fiji or Georgia or even Uruguay, we have got to be able to show character, pick ourselves up, be professional, be calm, and be able to deal with the situation that unfolds before us. And we did that today. Yes, losing that much at that point wasn't great, but showing that we could bounce back in style was really impressive. So Wales's character was certainly very good today. The second point that we have to point out is that Ireland are still a world-class side. Yes, they got thrashed by England last weekend at Twickenham, 57 points or thereabouts, and today wasn't entirely convincing from Ireland, but they're still a world-class side. They still have the likes of Johnny Sexton to come in, Conor Murray to come in. They've still got some great players to come back into this side. Jacob Stockdale once again getting 2 tries. He looks like a natural finisher, a world class, one of the best wingers in the world, certainly in the top 10 for me. Ireland have a pretty tough pool. We will have a preview of them on the channel here very shortly, so make sure to subscribe for that. But Ireland are still a world class side. You cannot underestimate them, and I expect them to go pretty far at this year's tournament. Great for them to be able to give some youngsters a go and to give some players who maybe haven't played for Ireland since the Six Nations also an opportunity to play. It'll be interesting to see when Sexton and Conor Murray come back, how much of an impact will that have on the side. But they will take confidence from this win as they welcome the Welsh next Saturday in Dublin. Let's get on to point number 3. So the big talking point in Wales after Anscombe's injury was who was going to be backup to Biggar. There's no doubt that Biggar's going to be number 1 at this tournament at fly half for Warren Gatland. But who would replace him in the number 10 backup jersey? We had Jared Evans and we had Rhys Patchell, and both players got 40 minutes each today at home against Ireland. Jared Evans, let's be honest, struggled. It wasn't his game, it didn't quite work out for him, and unfortunately for him, it just wasn't his day at all. But upsets Rhys Patchell, what a performance from him in the second half, and maybe showing that little bit more of experience that he has over Jared Evans, and maybe showing how to take the game by the scruff of the neck and really go for his stats. Read quite impressively, let's just say. So Patchell, 14 passes, 1 try and 2 conversions. Put that with 3 runs, 2 clean breaks, 5 defenders beaten and 6 tackles completed with the only 1 missed in just 40 minutes of rugby is really impressive reading for a guy who hasn't played that much rugby over the past 18 months or so due to different injuries. For me, he has to be the undisputed number 2 for the fly half position. Can you take 3 fly halves to a Rugby World Cup, or would he do that? Would he take Patchell as he's a fullback option as well? Is this too early for Jared Evans? I have made a video looking at who should be number 2 according to the stats. Make sure to check that out down below, link in the description. But those stats read really interestingly for Reece Patchell. Really interesting and a great performance from him, really staking his claim to get that number 2 jersey for Wales. Another man who stood out, Hallam Amos, 12 runs, 106 metres run and 3 clean breaks. Good to see him in a Wales shirt once again. So Wales, where do we go from here? Of course, we play Ireland next week and Dublin. I still expect a semi-rotated side, not as heavily rotated as today, and some players who maybe didn't get that much game time today to get that little bit more next week. Will Patchell get a full 80 minutes to show what he can do, or will Bigger get some time before the tournament, because that'll be the final game before Rugby World Cup 2019, and your best place is here on BIS Rugby for Rugby World Cup 2019. You do not want to miss anything. There'll be previews, there'll be predictions, there'll be player profiles, there'll be so much more here on the channel, so make sure to be subscribed. So there we go, there are 3 talking points from today's game as Ireland beat Wales 22 points to 17 at the Principality. Will Wales get revenge next week in Dublin? What went wrong today, or what went well for the Irish? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you again here on BIS Rugby. Peace.